What I don't even have words for how incredible this shotgun feels. Hello and welcome, my friends. We are talking today about reviving an old tried and true workhorse, a Remington 870, and really all older police shotguns as a whole. Maybe some things to remember and think about with these shotguns, and kind of the number one thing that you'll want to replace over time that can age on these shotguns. So if you want to hear any part of that, definitely stay and check it out. You guys love this shotgun. Okay, there's only one of you in the comments that mentions it like every other video. You know who you are. I made this video for you. So just a lot of you guys do. And all joking aside, a lot of you guys love this shotgun. This was a random pickup. It's an original 870. And this is the blued finish police shotgun that is well known all throughout the 70s and 80s. And let me tell you, it is, once again, one of the smoothest actions that I have in my collection when it comes to 870s. But the first range day that I had this thing out at, it had weird problems, weird issues, and I knew it was just a part that was very old, very tired on this gun, but I didn't know for sure. I was having rounds not being picked up, the loading arm not lifting them up. I felt like I was short stroking it. I don't know. So I kind of just put it on the back burner, and I really kind of forgot about it. It had this massively bright, just kidding, SureFire forend, but hey, it still works, okay? Still works without issue, and you can get replacement bulbs for these SureFires. But the number one thing that I kept coming across and what I always remembered on old shotguns is the magazine tube spring. And what can happen is I was having weird problems essentially where I could not even load more than 5 rounds in the mag tube. And this is a 7-shot mag tube. Couldn't figure it out. And essentially that spring had gone bad. So I ordered a new and improved Wolf Extra Power spring, which was substantially longer than the factory spring or whatever spring was in here. And I threw that in, cycled a few snap caps at home, and it seemed to work well. We took it to the range today, and it was almost there. It was very, very close to being 100% reliable, but I did have like 1 or 2 strange hiccups where I ejected a live casing one time, and there was another where it felt like I was short stroking it or doing something weird. So it could have been me. It's just so smooth though, dude. It feels so good to shoot this shotgun. It is truly glorious. I have no other shotgun that shoots as smooth as this. But something else that I noticed in today's range day is the bead sight is a little bit off to the right, and that is very rare for me when it comes to 870s, so I almost wonder if the barrel is a little bit torqued, or maybe this got thrown around in a cruiser or something. But regardless, if you have an old surplus shotgun, or if you have a shotgun in your house that you have left loaded for a long time, we all understand the mechanics of springs and that springs wear by compressing and extending and all those things. However, there's one spring that seems to fall outside of this logic, and that is a shotgun magazine tube spring. I don't know if it's just because of the thickness of the spring or whatever, but if you have a shotgun that has been left loaded for a long time, which usually police shotguns will fit that bill, you will almost always wear that spring and start having some major issues. A new spring is like 10 lima beans online, so I would 100%, if you picked up one of these shotguns, whether it's a Mossberg, a Remington, a Winchester, an Ithaca, anything, I would throw in a new spring immediately, and that will probably solve all of your problems. But in this case, I want to ask you guys what you think may still be the culprit. Is it me doing something with the action arm of this shotgun, or do I need to replace all the springs in here, as in the ejector, which is really not a spring, it's like a leaf spring, and I was almost positive that on the 870s they were essentially riveted in place, so I don't know how I would switch this out. Or does it need other springs? I don't know. It could be a replacement of the stop here that stops your rounds from exiting the magazine tube. So it's like a little stop that when you rack it back, it goes to the rear and allows for one singular shell to go into the lift gate and pull it up into the chamber. It is very easy to bypass that, so I wonder if that is also just part of the culprit of the weird issues that we are having. Nonetheless, I did throw on a side saddle on this thing with a Velcro, which is not my usual preference, if I'm being honest, because it always falls off and it's a little annoying. However, for an old shotgun like this, I don't mind doing that one bit. And let me tell you, although all the issues are not gone, this thing probably has a tenth of the issues that it had at the range. So it's like 90% there. There might just be one other spring that's a little tired or old that I'm missing. However, with that being said, running this as a practical shotgun today, I think it's incredible to see something like this that is now probably going on close to 40 years later still run 100%. Actually beat out a lot of modern shotguns of today. And that includes the SureFire. Now, this is also one of those shotguns that I picked up for like 350 lima beans, okay? Right on GB, like all of that goes to the fact that you just can't beat old Police 870s. And now I can load the full tube of ammunition. I can load all 7 rounds plus 1 in the pipe without issue. And then, you know what? I gotta also give major props, okay? Not always does an 870 have a gorgeous, gorgeous wood stock like this, okay? But this is nice. This is very nice, okay? There is a major difference. Actually, me and a good buddy of mine, shout out, you know who you are. We were just having a great discussion on battling it out, okay? 870s versus 500s and kind of the differences between the two. And I was talking about how smooth they were, and he's like, look, I had an 870. It wasn't that smooth. And we were kind of discussing the differences between the 70s, 80s Wingmaster 870s that are blued versus the early 2000s 870s that have that kind of like almost like Parkerized finish. Those 870s just don't feel as smooth. You can still break them in. They still get there, but they are nowhere near as smooth as the blued silver bolt 870s, okay? When you see a blued gun and a silver bolt, just don't even hesitate. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be everything that you hope an 870 would be. So that's a little bit of a guide, if you will, on these 870s. I'm very excited to continually get this thing back to the range and see what other upgrades I might need to do to get this shotgun exactly where it needs to be. I'm not even going to change that bulb. I like the bulb. I like the cool 2 to 3 lumens. And interestingly enough, like, yes, having more lumens today is helpful, but let's not forget that in our not-so-distant history, we're talking like 20 years ago, this is how people cleared houses. This was how they did it. In the military, in all aspects, this is how they were getting the job done. So it did work in our very, very recent history. So just remember that when you discount everything about a shotgun, okay? There's much better technology today, but it still works. These old SureFires are banging. And what I did really notice about these SureFires, I love when you're using the push-pull method, how that allows you to get kind of a really nice purchase and stop your hand so that it does not go forward in front of the grip. It's just a very, very nice purchase overall. And I would say compared to the TL Racker, that does a much better job as just a forend light, in my opinion. It just feels better. You don't feel like you're slipping off of it or anything like that. And it's excellent. I do think a wood forend on this would really complete the package, but I don't know that I can ditch that old SureFire. It's just so cool. So maybe I just need to pick up yet another 870. You guys can let me know. If you want to see all the problems that happened with this and just the multitude of things, that video is right up on your screen. You don't got to click anywhere else. And then also, if you stayed until now, you might vibe it out with me a little bit, and there's a button over here that you can click. You'll see more of me. You know what to do. Don't do it out of pity. Have a wonderful day.